Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Noah and we are at Moda, the second year, an absolutely exclusive event held at or sponsored by Sotheby's. And we wanted to give you pretty much an exclusive sneak peek at what is inside of this show. And this is actually the most insane cars, the most exclusive, the creme of la creme of the entire show, since we kind of see these things almost every day. So let's take a quick look. Here we have a one of a one kind from Enzo's era, the SP30, 650 horsepower, 208. Probably one of the very rare times that you're ever gonna see it. You can see a lot of the experiences, or at least what happened or what came to be, bearing 812 Competizione right over here. You can see that every single aspect of this car has been carved out. These winglets, almost like, I would like to say like the cousin of the ones that are on the FSX. You know which one I'm talking about, the two tiny ones? It's such a clean car. There's absolutely no badging in the back because this is a one of one. This is that only one that exists, and hopefully it sticks around with us for a very long time. Drive safe. But over here, we have a couple things that are also just as rare. A Pininfarina Battista, one of their newest offerings, fully electric car done in this beautiful two-tone with the white, and I'm absolutely loving this kind of flat gray. It reminds me of like the, I know. It reminds me of like the Grigio Telesto, but way lighter, you know, like a bluey chalk. Marvin is absolutely a brain when it comes to colors. He kills me when I get them wrong, but this is the Pininfarina Battista. And I have one more for you guys, if you don't mind coming over here. Hennessy Venom F5, one of the absolute most insane hypercars that have come out in the recent years. You know, Hennessy is a company, I believe, out of Texas. They're known for tuning and absolutely taking to crazy levels American cars, and this is their first car. And I mean to tell you, when you take a look at it, the proportions, they seem to be new. Like there's nothing that I can compare this to, like this looks like this, or this nose is from here. It does look like its very own thing, and I'm very happy that, you know, when you're starting off with a new design, it's very easy to get lost or copy, or maybe even people to say, oh, it looks like this, but it really doesn't. It looks like its own thing. Good for them. So here we have, in my favorite section, definitely the Porsche section, but this right here is mind-blowing. A Porsche 964 completely redone by the man himself, Uwe Gambala. If you haven't heard of his story, it's absolutely insane. But a bit more about this car. This is a 3.8 turbo, completely bespoke interior, completely bespoke tuning, unheard of at this time, an absolute just dream. This was it before it probably even existed. My favorite part has to be this absolutely bubbleless. Everything's going sharp nowadays. You barely see this. This is very, to me, very organic, very human in the way that this engine breathes. But moving on. Finally, I have two classic Ferraris. Definitely let me know which one is your favorite down in the comment section below. Argento Nürburgring Enzo insane F50. My personal favorite is the F50, obviously because of the F40 wing. Marvin behind the camera, his favorite is the Enzo. This is, where he thinks that Ferrari peaked, correct? The wing, man, the wing. Every car should have a wing. No, I'm kidding. Both two amazing cars. Moving on. This right here, I guess you would call this the big number one. This is pretty much what really set off the modern lineage for Lamborghini. A beautiful Lamborghini Miura. Absolutely hasn't lost a touch of the elegance that it had when it was first launched. So funny to see how they were actually already thinking of aero with these fins all the way back then. But on the topic of cars that don't really lose their style, there's actually been pretty much a resurgence of, I guess you would like to say, grabbing something that was pretty much good and making it a little bit better with some modern touches. And that's where we get the trend of resto modding. We'll talk about some more of those cars later. However, I think this is the first time that I get my eyes on this. This is a Chimera Evo 38, the third iteration of their Lancia resto mod. And I mean, I love seeing this, how technology has updated pretty much a classic design. Meanwhile, I would like to say, not bastardizing it, because this is completely cut up in every single facet. I mean, you can definitely tell that they started thinking about the aerodynamics when they were making this car and updating that original beautiful shape. My favorite part, again, it's actually around back. If you would follow me really quickly. You have this massive hood scoop followed by this insane ducktail. I mean, the size of this ducktail and how smooth it contours is, and that you can't. Central exhaust reminds me so much of, afterburners. This is just definitely a good look and definitely a welcome one. This is absolutely done right. I do have to say that. Next, we'll be moving on to a couple Ferraris. So we got an F40 LM, by far my favorite Ferrari of all time. Nothing really beats this for me. This is definitely the poster car that I would probably flip through. Maybe, grind super hard one night, playing Need for Speed, maybe try to get it the day that it dropped. And it's timeless. It's absolutely timeless. The shape of it is so insane when you see just how that wind cuts in through here. Full red on red, OZ wheels. Right around here, you have a 360 challenge. This absolutely insane 16M done in this beautiful, this is what I would like to call the Miami spec, just picture perfect. One of the first actual cars to feature a titanium exhaust to reduce weight. Here we have a 296 challenge, keeping on with a motorsport trend look. And finally, I have the F355 challenge over here. Also, another insane racing Ferrari. keeping on the trend of carbon, I actually wanted to walk by these 4 very special cars. Here you have a Pagani Huayra, followed by a Bugatti Supersport. Both are done in full carbon interior, as you can see. Then we have probably a newcomer to the scene, which is obviously KTM, with one of their first ever production hypercars. Has a folding canopy. It's absolutely insane. But what I really wanted to bring your attention to was this right here. This is really where Pagani really put their foot absolutely on the neck, with the Pagani Zonda, one of one, full carbon, completely, absolutely sculpted by air. You can start to tell the meticulous work that goes into these cars, just down to the windshield wiper and how crazy those shapes are. It was unseen for the time, and everybody loves a Utopia. Everybody obsesses over the Huayra, but this right here is definitely the best Pagani of all time. By far, my favorite part of the entire car has to be this. The absolutely insane, massive rear diffuser with the quadruple central exhaust is definitely a sight to look at, fully exposed. Insane. Something that I want to do real quick before we move on is this beautiful, absolutely stunning trio of Lansante cars done by our good friend Fred. Starting off with, I have to, this is my personal favorite, 935. The way this car is laid out is mind-blowing, and the Marlboro livery really does tie this car together. Next to it is actually a McLaren P1, and next to that, I would think it would be probably the newest one, with that absolutely insane gooseneck wing that connects to the absolute rear portion, the McLaren Senna. You can't beat the windows, you can't beat the looks. You gotta check Fred out over at plugging in his Instagram right here. Moving on. Next, we have this insane SP3. It's pretty much the 3rd iteration of the iconic collection. We recently had one of these by the shop in white with absolute blue carbon. Hopefully we have some footage floating around so we can show you guys. And this interior color combination is just, I mean, beautifully done. Really hard to tell, but when you look at those back arches that are right over here, where you have this main vent, That's it. This blue carbon, I mean, there's nothing else to say. It's insanity. It's out to...
Give me like a, what do you guys think?
So please let me know what you guys think about this absolutely insane combination. The way the carbon actually hits the bottom diffuser, it's like almost like this is a gray pearlescent carbon, I would like to say, right? With blue flakes in it, as opposed to the top of the body, which is actually done in blue carbon. Damn. And this is definitely the final one from us today. An absolutely stunning one of 75 Mercedes-Benz Sterling Moss SLR. Roofless, windless, freedom, absolute freedom. V12, they really don't make them like this anymore. This is definitely one of the rarest cars, and not only rare for the limited production of them, but most importantly, just genuinely rare because they don't make them like this anymore. And from the looks of it, hopefully one day we can get back to this automotive excellence. From all of us here at WheelsBoutique, it's time to let us know what you think of everything that we showed you. What was your favorite car? Down in the comment section below. A like rating is always appreciated. And thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day.